Hey, what up, y'all? Peter here from Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. And I decided to throw this intro in last second. I'm not going to take long. I just want to let you know that this is episode 52 of the Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling podcast, which actually is our 1 year anniversary. I started this podcast, the prediction to SummerSlam of last year. And 52 episodes later, 52 weeks later, of just some of the funnest things I've ever done in my life, that's record this podcast for you guys listening with my homie Jake. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening. I'm happy that I made it this far. I hope for another 52 more, several times over and over. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that this episode is pretty special. We got Alexa in. She was able to make it. And throughout this podcast, you will have breaks in the action of, like, on average, a minute and a half clips of old podcasts, like just funny and some serious takes from previous podcasts of me and Jake going back and forth. And so when you hear like that shh, that's basically it. It starts off with the intro of the first podcast I ever did, and then it goes into the show, and then throughout between segments it'll go back in time, a little flashback to an old Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling segment. So I hope you guys enjoy this so much. I did, Alexa did, Jake did, and this is part one. Part two is our prediction show, which is also in video on YouTube, and that should be up shortly. So enjoy the show.
You are now listening to the Peter and Jake Talks Wrasslin podcast, a weekly review of Monday Night Raw and other wrestling-related topics. And here's your hosts, Peter Day and Jake Grandi.
1 2 1 2. What's going on, folks? Peter here. This is the second attempt of trying to make a wrestling talk podcast. The first one fucked up because of my shitty computer that I'm recording with. I had a Raw review, and I was ready to save it, and the fucker froze up on me, and I lost an hour's worth of content. An hour out of an hour and a half's worth of content. I'm not too happy about it, but I can't be disheartened. I got to keep it moving. So my second attempt is to do a SummerSlam prediction podcast, and from here on out I will be, and alongside my homie Jake, we'll be doing WWE Raw reviews and whatever the fuck else we check out in the world of wrestling, and share our thoughts with you guys if you decide to want to listen to this. I'm pretty excited. The first one, man, it sucks that I lost it. I thought I really had some good stuff on there. And I can't get all butthurt. Can't be all disheartened. I can't be all like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. This sucks. No. I'm going to pull my pants up. I'm going to buckle them down. And I'm going to keep this motherfucker moving. Check, check. 1 2.
Hello.
Buddha monks in the trunk.
Turn the bass up.
Yep. and the giggle you hear is the lovely Alexa Feldman. Hello, boys and girls.
Hey, y'all.
You are now listening to the 1 year anniversary of the Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling podcast.
I forgot about that.
Episode 52.
Wait. Good job, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's only been for like 48 of them, though.
Okay.
So it's
really
it's like,
good job, you.
It's like my anniversary.
Yeah.
Good job, Peter.
You got 4 more episodes until it's your anniversary.
Hey, we'll have another big show. You know?
You'll have another big show. No, never another big show.
What? Oh.
There can never be
Get
another
into the
big
mic,
show.
dude.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
All
I'm
right,
ready
so
to go.
maybe I sound a little weird. We got the microphones, and we got Miss Alexa. How you doing, girl?
I'm great. Thanks for having me back.
I'm trying to remember when you debuted. Did you debut?
It was a while ago now. I feel like
It was for Mania, right? Or was it Survivor Series?
I think it was Survivor Series. Because it was me and you. I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, because
I forgot
I filled in for you.
When did you go?
Where'd you go? When was that?
I'm not sure. I went. I don't know.
It was a while ago.
It was a while, like in the 30s.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So that was your debut, and then here we the fuck are. And I just found out today that we're on iTunes now.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Oh.
I got I guess on Instagram I got it mixed up where it said that it had received it and they were going to review it, and then today I saw like you're on, dude, and then I went to iTunes. I was like, there it is.
Like all the episodes? Everything?
All of them. Everything.
Yeah.
New Day podcast.
Officially official.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Everything that's from the RSS.
That's what's up.
RSS feed. That's how we do it in these things. And anything you want to say about like the past year?
Past year? Oh, yeah, it's been cool. It doesn't seem like a year. A lot of cool shit's been going on in wrestling. I mean, Sting came back. That was pretty wild. We had a really good Mania.
The Roman Reigns debacle?
Yeah. The Shield fell apart. Or is that this year? No, that wasn't.
Yeah, we hadn't started
year and a half.
By SummerSlam last year, what was the main event? Do you remember?
SummerSlam last year was Brock versus Cena.
Brock versus Cena.
Yeah,
and that was
where Brock Lesnar suplexed him 16 times.
Okay.
And laid him out.
Wow. So Brock is main event another, and I got a lot to talk about. Not a lot, but I got a bold prediction.
Oh, yay.
We'll have some, SummerSlam's coming up. This is exciting time.
Yeah. Anything you want to say? I mean, because, you've been on hiatus. We've been waiting for a fucking dang.
Sorry. I think I'm going to reboot the whole series.
You're going to reboot the whole series?
I'm going to reboot the series that never began.
The series that never...
But I'm not going to make any bold promises right now. Let's just say for now I'm just a friend of y'all's and I like to come by. But maybe I'm cooking something up.
Maybe?
I have time now. I didn't have time. I was working 2 jobs.
Well, we're on iTunes now.
Right. That's so tempting. So now I got it. Don't worry.
All right.
Either way, I'm here. I'm happy to be here with you guys on your special day. It's a big day. Congrats again.
Oh, yeah.
Fun stuff.
Well, what do you think of the current wrestling storylines and products?
Well, more importantly, the Divas Revolution thing.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm thinking of a reboot, because there's so many things going on now. It's a good time. I'm happy.
Well, where do you stand with the Divas Revolution?
I'm not opposed because...
Well, how they've been handling it.
What else were they going to do?
I mean, this week
with an invasion. Like, if that was the plan always. So how else were they going to do it well? Like, the teams thing, it's a little weird, but I'm happy to see my girls. I'm happy to see Sasha Banks. I like Team Bad a lot. I'm about it.
All right.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we get there.
This week they were looking
strong. As for me, this whole year, I remember starting when you because you talked me into doing this. And I think I put it off maybe 3 or 4 months. No, 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And I was like, I'm going to finally do this at some point. But I want to choose, like, the best time to do it. And that's when SummerSlam was coming up. And I was like, I may as well just do a prediction show. And even the first episode, I kind of start off with, like, so, everybody, this is the Peter and Jake Talks. It's like, this is my second attempt trying to record this motherfucker. Like, that's how I started off. Like, there's nothing like, what's the word?
Really real.
Yeah, it was nothing like, come join the ride. It was like, if I don't get tired of this shit, I mean, it was just straight up just a straight
Wait, so
shoot.
he's the reason you did this to begin with?
Well, every time we would run into...
we ran into each other at the bar. We would just like talk wrestling.
Oh.
And he brought it up. I had no
I always
idea.
like toyed around with the idea of like doing one. I listened to like the Wrestling Observer for growing up. I listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts now. I listen to a lot of podcasts now.
Yeah.
More so than
You're
TV.
a podcast guy, Drake.
I think I am.
I'm more of a podcast guy than the both of y'all combined.
Well, I'm not even claiming to be a podcast.
I'm not trying to compare.
You need to.
I think we all need to come together, these podcasts. We all need to be comparing, who's a bigger podcaster. What kind of... Do you guys listen to other podcasts other than wrestling podcasts?
I listen to the Dan Patrick Show, and I listen to the Wrasslin once... what the hell is his name? Van Pelt.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to Grantland.
That's cool.
Grantland stuff. But for the most part, yeah. I mean, I don't even get to listen to music anymore because I'm always listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Same here, yeah. What about you, Alexa? Do you listen to any podcasts other than wrestling?
No, I'm not like it. I mean, I listen to Stone Cold podcast.
Oh, word.
And talk is Jericho and all that.
Oh, I have never heard that yet.
Oh, really? It's alright.
I love Jericho.
I like. I listen to Colt Cabanas.
Oh yeah, I used to listen to that. I think I stopped after the punk thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need to hear this anymore.
There's some good ones.
I imagine.
I'm just used to it. I haven't really dived that deep into like Stone Cold or Jericho.
Oh, Stone Cold and Jim Ross. Yeah.
I listen to those ones when I can, but I know Ric Flair has one.
Really?
Mick Foley has one, or used to have. Sometimes has one. I don't know his deal. And then Roddy Piper, of course, had one. Mm-hmm. Taz has one now.
Nah, I mean, it's about how you do it. And out of them all, like really Stone Cold is probably, especially when they do the reviews with Wade Keller.
Yeah.
Or they, and then Scott Pollock does reviews with Jim Ross, and those are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. John Pollock and Live Audio Wrestling. That's a good podcast too. But
see, I just listen to MLW.
Yeah, dude. Word.
So again, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary
to all of us.
Yeah.
And let's hope for 50. I don't even have my beer with me.
Imaginary beer.
Let me just take a sip of yours. you date a black girl, so you.
What?
That makes it okay.
Mm-hmm. He had his lips on some black juicy lips before, so he doesn't mind me taking a swig from this beer.
Whoa, taking it there.
Yeah,
cool.
man.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, the announcers even brought that up, and Summer Rae was like holding her face, like she was selling way too good for it to be a Summer Rae sell, so you could tell it was kind of like legit.
Yeah, it was straight up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got one arm tied behind her back. Her husband lays it in, kind of the flying knee, kind of stiff.
No, this is just just a good kick to a knee to the face, like Oksana, knee to the eyeball. Whenever knees are involved with these bitches, run. They should just like, the only person that should use any kind of knee is the Shining Wizard and AJ. That's it. Every other knee is death. Whatever, dude.
And we kind of have funny.
But they do Derek Jeter chants during this match because it's such a shitty match.
It was kind of shitty. And
yeah.
Then, they did this segment where like
and then she does yes chants. Nope, we're gonna yes chant. Fuck. Stop doing the yes chants.
You don't even like it when Daniel Bryan?
No, I love it when Daniel Bryan. It's his.
Yeah.
No Big Show. No, nobody does it. No one else should ever be able to do that shit. Ever.
It like especially gets to me whenever I know it's supposed to be a heel, it's supposed to get to me, but when Steph and Triple H do it, because it's kind of like.
Well, it's more of a chastising thing.
Yeah.
They're using that to actually get heat.
They're not really trying to gank it.
No, they're not trying to like win over the crowd. They're just like, yeah, the motherfucker, yeah, I don't give a shit about this nigga, whatever. But like you had people like Big Show that was using it just to sort of get over the crowd. You had and Bree's doing the same thing. And I know it's your husband and all, but like, I don't know. I think it's pretty lame. I think it's very, very lame. Heel heat on the the Bree yes chant. And what else? What else I wanted to say? This fucking Raw.
It was fucking cool.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
He loves it.
How did you feel about it?
Did you watch it? It had its moments. Yes, I have. I have notes.
There was like two or three
halfway
really awesome moments on this show.
I have some notes.
I think I would admit this, that it was probably the most. It was the best go-home show we've had in quite some time. Like, you look at all the go-home shows before, whether it was Payback or Battleground, Extreme Rules,
the Elimination Chamber,
even the Elimination Chamber, even WrestleMania to a certain extent. They didn't tie up as many loose ends as this episode, and it was overload to me. It was like a game show. It felt like more like a variety show than a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, by the time we got to the second hour, I was exhausted. I was like, they got to put all of this in one episode.
They have such more concise storylines right now than I feel before any other pay-per-view this year.
And they're trying to make SummerSlam. It looks like that new WrestleMania. Like, I can see them. They did it in LA for a number of years. Yeah, 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah, and that's
New
what
York
I'm
City.
saying. That was 4 hours worth of go-home material.
Yeah, that was
It
cool.
squeezed within 3 with the big chunks with Cena and Orton, and then the other big chunk with the Divas division. And I was just like, I'm going to have an aneurysm. This is too much wrestling going on for me right now. This is too much.
It was pretty cool.
You loved it.
Oh
course
yeah,
he
especially
did.
Sasha Banks versus Nikki Bella.
That was
I think
awesome.
Sasha, the main event.
So, like, they start off in the weirdest way. I didn't like it too much. Because,
With the Authority
Why?
coming out?
Yeah, like, I think even maybe last episode we got to talking about it, or I got to talk about it with Nathan, or hell, I got to talk with it with Keita, who you guys remind me a lot of each other strongly.
Is that the girl you just did a podcast
Yeah.
with? I was gonna check it out. I haven't had time to listen to it.
Check
but
it
I
out.
want to. Okay.
Check it out. Y'all should actually hook up and talk. We wouldn't be able to distinguish which one is which, though.
Why?
Y'all sound alike. Kind of favorite, too.
She has my horse baby voice. She has that too.
A little, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And if you even look at the photo, y'all kind of look the same. Are you Keita?
I've never seen you and Keita in the same room.
Never.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
Mystery.
I know. So they started this fucker off like a game show. I swear to God, they came out because I was like, they're gonna get theirs. This is like their go home show. They got Brock Lesnar and they got motherfucking Undertaker. Triple H and Stephanie gonna get some TV time. You best believe that shit.
Yeah, running in the card and everything.
Yeah, dude, it was so weird.
And it was awkward. I think she kind of messed up at some point.
No, the graphic came in.
That was what happened.
The graphic came in too early.
Yeah. She was still talking about Brock and then like John Cena graphic.
Yeah, the John Cena, Seth Rollins graphic show. I put that down in my notes. But did they really need to do that? Like, it was like,
No.
welcome to the WWE
It was like a
Raw
circus.
show.
Well, no one can really tell them no. I mean, they could say that they want to do that, and everyone's kind of just like,
They even had music.
Come on.
They even had a music bed going on. I was waiting for Vanna White to come out at some point and point to the fucking big screen and be like, yeah, Bob Barker. He could have came out and did the shit, but it was like, it was so awkward to me.
I wrote "fuck this overview"
And
in my
then-
notes.
Yeah, they went over somewhat the card, but then they went over what was going to happen tonight.
Right.
Like, tonight we have the contract signing and all for $9. And for SummerSlam, you can watch it on the WWE Network for $9.99. And the crowd was saying that they would, like,
they paused
call and
like-
response.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You loved it, though.
I didn't like this, but I liked the rest of Raw. I liked that there was a South Park sign in the crowd. That was funny. I haven't seen that since like 1999. And
Just married sign?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What a
was,
bunch of idiots.
Was it Naomi's ruining Sasha sign? It was like,
Oh, come on.
I just couldn't get my eyes off the Just Married. I'm just like, you guys are the biggest heels in the room right now. Miz, take a back seat.
Whatever, that's gonna be me when I'm married. I'm gonna be at like WrestleMania. Just married.
Marriage.
I'm gonna say, Peter.
Hug Life sign.
I'm just kidding.
But hey, we also find out that Jon Stewart is
Oh,
hosting.
yeah.
SummerSlam.
That's the first thing he's done since he's left the
in New York City, that's big.
What's it called? The Daily Show.
The Daily Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He left like last Thursday, right? 2 Thursdays ago.
Something like that.
It was more than that. I think it was like a month ago. It's funny. It seems like it just happened, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been at least a month, and now he's doing this shit. We got Sports Center covering the WWE SummerSlam with Jonathan Coachman?
Yeah, did you see that?
Oh, wow.
Brock Lesnar was on SportsCenter
Yeah,
yesterday.
I
I don't
saw
watch
that.
SportsCenter.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it. I'll watch it, but I saw a photo of This Is SportsCenter. Like,
Yeah.
apparently he's a toll guy.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I only saw the photo. I didn't get to see.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I saw. Yeah, just the photo. I think I don't have cable. I don't watch ESPN.
Yeah.
But like I just saw that picture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the rare person where like ESPN is actually getting like, oh wow, ESPN's gonna be at SummerSlam. ESPN must be real important.
Because
where everyone
it's
else is like
money.
the other way around.
Money talks.
Yeah, well they're in New York, right? Are they not?
That
Are they
that
DC or
and
something?
money talks. Do you understand how big of a deal WrestleMania was in terms of like it's in like Forbes book of events?
Mhm.
It's in the top 5
Oh, nice.
of biggest like sports entertainment events in the U.S. It's like 3 or something.
That's
you got
cool.
the Super Bowl,
Yeah, and then you have like pretty much everything else. but
NBA Finals, and then you have WrestleMania.
that's awesome.
So people are like, and you got Michelle Beater, even though she's apparently like away from wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Fuck her. I hope she's nowhere around whenever Brock or like someone shows up because
Who?
fuck
She's-
Michelle Beadle.
She's like this
Oh, the
blonde
girl that works for them?
Yeah, and she like got all butthurt because
Yeah.
of the Floyd Mayweather thing. She thought that she didn't get her like press credentials, but she had her press credentials. I think someone like fed her the wrong information, so
Yeah.
she goes off on Twitter is like, "You support like this person who's like a domestic abuser, and I want no parts of this wrestling anymore." It's like you remember
Wait,
this,
what
right?
does
Yeah,
it have
yeah.
to do with wrestling, though?
Well,
I mean, that's true, but
she-
what does that
Mayweather
have to
was
do with
on.
wrestling?
Was at WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, he's
Oh.
Loose
he's
tie.
he's
I
a.
don't care. Ronda Rousey called him out, and she said she could beat his ass, and I think that's awesome.
People need to stop that shit.
Yeah.
But basically, she just sort of got away from it because when Brock Lesnar announced that he was actually standing in WWE, it was Michelle Beadle
I
who
know.
did the
I
interview.
remember that.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And now it's like now she has to eat crow. Now that I'd imagine it's Jonathan Coachman who's really gung ho in this, and SportsCenter see the money, they see the views, so why not? They used to cover wrestling. Why wouldn't they go back to it now that it's like a whole other animal than say when they were covering,
Yeah.
what were they covering right at first? Because that's what SportsCenter was. That's what ESPN was. Like bowling,
Yeah, they had
wrestling.
They had wrestling on.
Yeah.
On. It was AWA, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
It's like if I'm rowing and I see this guy turn, just pop him, just fuck him up right there. Like you're trolling us right now. Like we don't need that shit. Like why wouldn't you?
That's the writers.
Yeah.
I can only blame a situation like that on the writers wanting to write and build suspense and
Yeah.
then sort of break it for something else. Now, either A, they thought that this would bring it down to in fact bring it to its highest level, when in fact it was the complete different.
Yeah.
It actually broke. So when Ryback did show up, that's what happened.
People were just like, oh,
yeah, okay.
okay.
Is he gonna turn too?
Yeah. I didn't even know at that point. Yeah, but then a big brawl happens. Triple H table spot. Cena puts him through.
Oh yes, that happened.
Yeah, that was perfect spot. That was good.
That happened.
I feel like
When's the last big bump? Now, I don't consider his battle with Daniel Bryan like anything. It was a wrestling match.
yeah, but
Or even like him getting his ass toe up, or him selling his ass getting kicked by Bryan. But I'm talking about a straight up table spot. Like, when the last time you seen that happen to Triple H?
I would say I want to say the last time I can remember is Mania 27 with him and Taker.
But yeah, they're just brutalizing each other.
Yeah. So that's 27. What are we at now? 31. So that's 3-4 years ago.
He fucking took that like a champ. And I'm sitting back going, wow, he agreed to that. Something's up.
They're trying to get people in, man. $9.99.
So, I'm gonna let you start it off with this Cesaro, Orton, Sheamus.
This
Yeah.
Fucking, okay, well, yeah, Orton and Cesaro versus Owens and Sheamus. So pretty much like the two feuds that are facing off at SummerSlam. I thought it was really interesting how Orton was getting beat down, and they were waiting for the Cesaro hot tag, which is showing you like how they're trying to push Cesaro. There's like 3 sections that were doing the Cesaro section thing, so they're kind of slowly building him. It's working. Orton seems to like working with him, and then Cesaro went fucking off when he got the hot tag, as usual. Tons of uppercuts to Sheamus, but he did botch up a little bit going to the ropes. I've never seen him do that.
The Ric Flair,
reversal,
basically.
Yeah, the reversal.
No, I've seen him do that.
Tons of times. Yeah, but I've never seen him mess up. And you could see like Owens even had to help him over, which kind of was like, what the fuck?
I noticed that too. That was like, because I think when you say something aloud and you're thinking it.
Yeah.
I think that's what Owens did. I think in his brain, he was like, let me help this guy out.
Yeah, but he broke character.
Yeah, he broke it.
He should just, like, beat on him or something.
Because, Michael Cole even tried to cover it up. It's like, oh, yeah, he grabbed his leg.
Yeah.
But I think Orton did save it all coming through and, like, putting the DDT on Sheamus right away. And, like, I think Orton's so over that, once he came into the fold, like, everyone kind of forgot about that little mess up.
He's really coming into himself. I like this Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
He's way more charismatic when he moves. It's almost
He's
like awkward, herky-jerky, that stuff that he does.
He's, like, reminiscent of Stone Cold right now.
Oh, no, stop that.
Yeah.
Oh, stop that.
Come on.
Oh, no, I am not going to come on.
It's not that big of a deal to be like, okay.
Oh, because of the
his movements, of course I'm not saying he's replacing Stone Cold or anything like that, but I'm saying the closest thing we have right now, I feel like, is Orton. His movements, the way he does, like, his little snake thing is, like, very much like when Stone Cold gets up in their face. Like, he's reminiscent. I'm not... Whoa. Peter's getting all riled up.
I'm not getting riled up.
I love Stone Cold. I'm not saying anything like
it's
that.
the eye roll emoji.
I get you. I got you. But you can't give that a little bit of credit?
I think he's way more cartoony. I think...
The Stone Cold?
Yeah, like, what he's doing right now, like... he does this thing where he like backs up when he's like about to get hit. It's weird. I don't know what it is. He's been doing it way more recently.
Yeah.
In his mannerisms, that he's more like he's dodgy, right? Like when he sees something coming at him, he'll stop and he'll like back up, right? Like whoa,
yeah, like a snake, like a fucking.
But he hasn't been doing that a lot. I feel like that's becoming more of his character.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, but
you're not into it.
Oh yeah, but only thing about this match,
it
shouldn't have been first.
They
should have put the Divas match first.
I think the more you put Sheamus and Orton in the ring together, since we've seen it so much even before this feud, it's gonna make it water it down. And now we've seen them wrestle every week on Raw. When we see it at SummerSlam, it's not gonna be that big of a deal.
But that's what's great about Cesaro and Owens. I am not in a position of I don't care.
They see it so much. Well, those are two
because
fresh faces, better workers.
I got Cesaro and Owens to focus on too.
Yeah,
and those guys put in some real work.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a great match. RKO for the victory. Orton and Cesaro win.
But Reigns, right? So he does the beanstalk, Jack and the Beanstalk.
That promo sucked, and then he kind of show left. Harper came out, right?
I don't think it's not that the promo sucked.
Oh, dude,
it just seems like it's like a circle and a square peg.
You could tell it was written poorly. He delivered it poorly. It was kind of weird. Like if Show's cutting this promo about I'm kicking your ass. I already knocked Cena out tonight. He
didn't want to hear the promo.
Yeah. Then
he wanted to get the fuck out of there. He was like, oh, I gotta listen to this crap. I know it's coming. I don't
did what we all wanted to do.
Yeah, just leave. He's like, oh, fuck, I gotta hear this crap. Because he knew what promo was going to be spat on him about a goddamn Jack and the fucking Beanstalk.
And they go to this old school Taker promo, which I thought was really cool. With the purple light and everything.
Well, it was basically your Crockett 30-second promo and keep it moving.
Oh, it was fucking sick.
When I thought...
It reminded me of... I think Heyman had a lot to do with this promo because it reminded me of the Taker promos from the 90s and then the ECW promos they used to do in between matches and things.
But I was scared though. I was like, is that the appearance? I thought it was going to be actually an in-ring promo.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I don't know. It's cool talking about when the Reaper comes and shit, man.
Yeah. Your name has been called.
Old school goodness.
Yeah, because it wasn't like
Undertaker goodness.
Yeah, it wasn't like a shoot like, hey, hey, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It was like he's speaking in codes.
Yeah.
In that old school way. I don't know.
Like a creepy motherfucker.
And, man, fuck Triple H and Rollins. He wants a statue if he wants Cena. Next is, I'm like, who wrote that?
Oh, yeah, Dean Ambrose comes out on commentary for Roman Reigns and Luke Harper.
Yep.
And what did you guys think of the interaction between Bray and Dean, where they took Saxton's chair for a second week in a row, and they kind of just like stare each other down, Bray not really talking? Because that was the one unique part about this match, other than how Luke Harper is the shit. He went off.
You got something to say about it?
I don't know. I'm over it.
What?
Oh, well, I thought it was like Dean Ambrose was like a small chihuahua, like just yapping at Bray. And Bray's just like, I'm not having any of this.
He doesn't need to show.
It was awkward, I thought. The interaction was weird. Like,
it was uneasy.
yeah.
I thought it was like kind of showing you how like Bray was kind of getting to Dean, where like Bray can just sit back and just like watch Dean start yelling and like freaking out about him, and Bray doesn't really have to show his hand yet. Like it shows like he might have something up his sleeve. He wasn't reacting to Dean as Dean was reacting to him.
Yeah, because they're about to be bros.
Maybe he knows that. Maybe that's like part of the co-leader storyline. But I just thought it was like very interesting how he was just like sitting back. And then Luke Harper in the ring. He fucking did the Michinoku driver. JBL was so stoked on it. He was marking out. I called it the Taka driver. Had to be corrected. And I don't know. It's rarely you see JBL mark out. And he was marking out for Luke Harper. Luke Harper's really good.
It's tough for me to get through a Roman Reigns. I think I've checked out on Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns did win with the spear.
I've checked out.
Punch.
He did a Superman punch and then a spear, and it's like so boring.
No, this entire match though, and it went through like 3 commercial segments. This is a long fucking segment.
Too long.
It went through 2 commercial breaks, 2 or 3, and it's Mr. Kick, punch, slap, clothesline, punch, kick, clothesline, and I've checked out. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. This kick, punch, slap, kick, clothesline, slap, kick, punch shit. For like 12, 15 minutes. And that's just... I feel like Baron Corbin is going to come to the fucking main roster and put in more fucking work. I feel like it. I'm just like... That's the breaking point for me. Like, if you can't even put someone in a hold... If you can't even just seriously, like, put someone in a headlock... I've checked out. Like, I don't know what Roman Reigns can do right now other than just get his ass handed to him and him just take a beating that I would actually care to watch a match.
Yeah, I mean, Roman Reigns never really did much for me. I've tried really hard not to hate him since he won the Royal Rumble. But, I don't really get excited for watching him wrestle. I think that's why they pair him with...
Watch him wrestle?
I think that's why they pair him with guys like Luke Harper, is to like try to get something out of him. Because I think Luke Harper, Dean Ambrose, all these guys are so good that they put a lot of bells and whistles around him to try to make him look good. But it's not working.
Because Harper put in some crazy work.
Oh yeah.
But they give us a kick, punch, slap, clothesline, kick, punch, slap, clothesline, and it's almost like he's going to his head. All right, did I just kick him? All right, slap. All right, clothesline. Okay. It's like a check mark, and he just rotates each time. He's like, oh, baseball slide. Oh, yeah. And every time he hits or does a clothesline, he does that jerky thing with his arms. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Pumping it up.
You've done this 50 times in this match. Why are you still pumped up that you done clothesline somebody?
It's electrifying, man. Maybe
Shit, man. It's a bitch, man. And what surprised me more about this match is that, like, Minnesota was pro Reigns, and maybe because he was on the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, was
he?
You
guys, someone from Tough Enough is about to come up and take Roman Reigns' spot. Josh the Yeti.
See? And where's your podcast to be telling us this shit?
Okay. I don't watch Tough Enough.
I don't watch Tough
Enough.
He's an ex-football player, too.
Why does he do that?
He's very similar to Roman in a lot of ways, but he's more charismatic, and he actually is doing, like, wrestle. Like, he has a really cool finishing move. Just saying, like, watch out, Romy. I really wanted you to do well, but
they're high on Roman. I don't see them ever
because he's got this look, dude. He looks like he should be,
and he's
the guy, but he's also not the guy.
He's the Samoan,
and that as well, right?
Yeah, the Samoan legacy, lineage. I mean, he's direct.
I want to like him, but it's.
there's nothing wrong with a third Uso. Jump in there. You don't have to.
I mean, honestly, I just wish that he would just put a headlock on somebody. That's all I'm asking. I'm not even asking for like a lot of stuff. Just other than like a slam. I want to see some something like a headlock or a hold or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, like I think he played for the Minnesota Vikings. Both him and Brock were signed to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, Brock was the last guy cut. That's why he originally left the WWE. First time.
And it was. I was so.
Did you see that
shocked.
guy with the Brock Lesnar jersey in the crowd?
No.
Like when Brock came out, he had a Brock Lesnar Minnesota Vikings jersey.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He has a. I mean,
if you're that big of a WWE fan and you were that excited for him, you had that little window to get it.
Yep.
Which is fucking cool.
I wonder how much someone would actually. How much would that
probably
actually
a lot,
for?
Dude.
That's a weird one because like no NFL fan would like it, but UFC, WWE.
Yeah, I mean it's a rare
Minnesota Viking fan. Yeah.
A Brock Lesnar fan.
Yeah.
A really huge.
But then.
But yeah, I thought it was weird how Harper when Harper gets laid out and then Bray Wyatt enters the ring and he just doesn't seem phased at all. And he just like spreads his arm. It's like follow the buzzards with the spotlight on him. I'm like, dude, are you telling me like after this you're gonna give him the spotlight? Like what the fuck? Like what's going on here? It's almost they didn't know how to close that that segment.
It's weird. It's awkward.
I think they were trying to set up that he has something up his sleeve. Like something's gonna happen at SummerSlam. Like it's not just gonna be Roman Reigns just destroying.
Are you guys saying Dina's gonna flip to?
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think Dean's gonna flip.
Family? Oh.
I don't think Dean's gonna flip, but
interesting.
That might happen. I mean, something's gonna happen. He seemed like he had an ace up his sleeve. Like,
well, they're building up that bromance so much with Ambrose and Reigns. It's too much of a. When he did that spot last week, and he's like, "I've never had a friend before." I was like, "It's a wrap." I started clapping. I'm like, "Okay, sweet, time to get some emotion from Reigns." Because
I mean, that would be good. That would make this storyline more interesting than it is right now.
No, it would make him interesting. This motherfucker had someone going after his daughter, and he's like, where you at, dude?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I just got turned on by like one of my partners in crime, like I got hit with the chair first. I didn't get hit second, I got hit first. And he's like hanging out backstage spiking like coffee drinks.
Yeah.
He headlines WrestleMania.
Loses.
To the same dude that turned on him months ago.
Don't give a shit.
Hey bro, I'm Roman Reigns.
I know, guys, let's stop raining on Roman Reigns.
Man, fuck him. They need to do something.
He gets enough heat. Come on,
we had
let's move it along.
A really interesting match. There's a lot.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, New Day versus Kid and Cesaro. Nice double team move by the I was gonna say by the New Day this time, but the big scoop slam into the kick. Big E. Kid and Cesaro really didn't do too many awesome shit this week. They did work over the leg of Xavier Woods quite well. That's just kind of the story of the match.
I'm sorry, I can't help but pick on you whenever you go into your fucking marksman. I call him the marksman, by the way.
That is textbook stuff. You don't see any tag team do that where all the offense was centered around the one leg. You see stuff like that's like the Andersons. That's like old school psychology. Like anybody who's never watched wrestling can watch that and they would understand what's going on. They're trying to break his leg because he's quicker, trying to slow him down. It's awesome stuff. That stuff is not picked up on or brought to attention or used in wrestling today, or especially in the WWE. Especially in the WWE.
Are we gonna get through this segment?
Very the talent, like with the Divas Revolution coming in and everything, there's a lot of a talent discrepancy, and I feel like this was a pinpoint example of Tamina versus Becky Lynch. I was kind of excited about this match because if you watch the G1, Tanahashi had a very interesting match against Bad Luck Fale, where it was kind of like that, where Bad Luck Fale is like not that very good, but he's big. Mm-hmm. Tanahashi, age old, like way they would do it, but this match wasn't that good, and I think Becky Lynch was trying, but Tamina's just pretty bad. Tamina's bad.
Tamina is wrestling scared. That's what I'm. Because since
she's had so many injuries.
Yeah, the last one was her ACL. And you could see her even favoring it in the match. She would kind of walk with a limp. It was one spot where she throws Becky Lynch into the corner, and she kind of walks to her like she's has already hurt her leg. And I'm just like, if she's gonna be in the ring scared, she's putting a lot of people's lives in health in danger. You don't need someone in there scared, and okay, I'm gonna pick you up and slam you, and you're not focused on the person that you're basically handling. I mean, my notes say, "Oh God." It says Tamina versus Becky. Oh God, Tamina.
Yeah, she was bad. She got beat with the arm bar. It looked kind of sketchy. But
Becky Lynch? Talk about
Becky Lynch went with the arm bar. Yeah.
What was so sketchy about it?
It took a while to get there.
The disarmer. Because she tried to do that sideways, the sort of sideways rock bottom that she did earlier that match.
I just think Tamina just didn't fall. Well, I don't know how to say this. It just took a while to get the big man down, the big lady down. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Is that
a bad thing? I mean, I don't know what you're getting at.
Well, maybe she takes the smaller ladies down in a more fluid.
So it wasn't smooth at all.
Emotion that would happen to get a pop or something. Yeah. It wasn't a surprise by the time it got there. It was already.
It's like last week's cash in.
Yeah.
Really, all I cared about this match was Naomi and Sasha dancing on the sidelines and being really cute together. So that's a sad sign for
that guy.
How
I
this
don't agree.
went.
I don't agree with them not being in it. I think at least if you had Naomi there, you should have Naomi wrestling.
Well, you got to get Becky in there. She gets lost in the shuffle. May as well throw Tamina. I mean, right now Tamina's storyline is with JoJo. What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, she keeps bullying JoJo.
What do you mean?
She's kind of bullying her.
Yeah, after every bad segment. And with JoJo, she always just like how Alexa Bliss?
Yeah.
Every time she comes back and pats
No, that's not Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke and pats her on the head.
Yeah.
And that uncomfortable pause, that just leave her hanging.
What's that girl's name?
Girl. I forget the interviewer's name, but I think she's gonna be a wrestler. Because she gets more mad. She balls up her fists now. She didn't used to do that. I think she's switching. Yeah.
But every time Tamina is in the back with JoJo, they'll walk off and she'll come back and kind of eye up and down. I'm just like, where are you going with this? Is she bullying her or is she showing interest?
Maybe JoJo's gonna make her debut.
No. She already made her debut.
I know.
Until Alicia Fox broke her.
Oh yeah.
Just hurt her feelings.
Well, what did you think about the reddish? It's not as orange. Becky Lynch's hair.
I love her so much, man.
It's red hair now. It's not it's orange top, red bottom.
Well, she probably got it redone.
Yeah.
It'd be. Let it fade out a little bit.
Yeah, it's less Paramore, more Lita,
more Fifth Element.
Yeah,
but
cool.
I'm telling you, I told you my theory.
What?
About Becky Lynch. She's Seth Rollins to me. She's going to be the person
that's going to go up.
She's going to be the heel belt holder over all of them. And again, this isn't going to happen until Survivor Series into WrestleMania. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't take that belt off of Brie till WrestleMania next year.
You mean Nikki?
Nikki, I mean.
Oh, no.
No, they're going to take it off of her after the month's over.
They're going to push that fucker back so far that anyone who thinks they could even get close,
there's no point in doing a Divas Revolution right now. That doesn't make sense.
Well, you have to have storylines.
Plus, they want to retire soon. So, I don't think you're right. But it's okay. We'll see what happens.
They're going to just jump out before WrestleMania?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
But, yeah, I mean...
I would love... Yeah, they need to... I mean, I'm a fan of them leaving. I wish them the best. They just... Yeah, they were never
I'm a fan of them, and I'm a fan of them leaving.
Which is so weird because they're on top. They're the biggest...
But they could be good valets.
They're the biggest personalities in the WWE right now. The biggest personalities. Yeah. Yes. As close to John
Definitely.
Cena. Yeah. This is as big as they've ever been. And now they're talking about leaving, which is weird.
What do you mean? They're huge.
They're huge.
He's looking at this skeptical...
I mean, they just got a reality show. I mean, didn't Hulk Hogan had a reality show?
But the Hulk Hogan's reality show was fucking stupid and no one watched it. And not that I'm not saying, like, oh, Total Divas is so smart and until... No, I'm not saying that. But they are fucking huge. They are the biggest thing besides John Cena right now. They're bigger than Seth Rollins.
It's pretty amazing.
They're bigger
Brock,
than Seth...
Taker.
Maybe not Brock.
No,
Maybe not Brock. Because Brock has universal appeal.
In terms of fanship,
Cesaro
versus celebrity. I'm talking about celebrity. I'm not talking about their in-ring. I'm talking about their celebrity.
Yeah, like if you go,
they're huge.
You
man.
think more people go to the arena to see the Bellas or go to the arena to see Cesaro?
Well, if you're talking about, as Nathan would call them, the casuals, the people who are like...
They're all about the Bellas,
or like the TMZs,
right.
People who are just all about reality television. Yes, people watch the Bellas.
You don't even understand.
And if you go to like their Twitter account, their Instagram account, it's ridiculous.
They have, and their fans are on the other girls' Instagrams, like talking shit to them.
Yeah.
that's how intense the Bella fans
are. It's like the Bella army.
They are insane.
It's like the Bella's army.
Seriously, they will hunt you down if you say something.
Because you know how like Paige has her followers, her minions, and they got like, their names are like best Paige fan, 66, and like boom. The Bella, like there are more Bella people, and you talk down about, dude, they come out the woodworks.
Yeah.
Like if you hashtag fuck Brie Bella, it's a wrap.
I can't do that. Bella can't work. Hashtag Bella could be a valet.
Well, you know how to troll them. Then you got yourself a nice little troll. Mission to go on with the JG.
I'm trying to be positive. Trying to talk good on Cesaro, good on Luke Harper, not negative on the Bellas. I mean,
how about they got the belts? Like that really means anything?
They're the best. They are the best tag team on the roster right now, and they don't need. The
Usos, are you out of your mind?
Are better than you're fucking out of your mind.
You're talking about the individual stylings of, say, a Kid. Yes, I think technically between Kid and Cesaro, they're probably one of the best. Individual,
they're better individually, and then they're better together.
As a tag team, because I don't even consider them a tag team.
They're the best tag team that's been on the main roster in
they don't even have a fucking name. How can I consider them a tag team? It's
you can consider them a tag team. I'll answer that. You can consider them a tag team because they do the best tag team maneuvers, where they do double team maneuvers. They do that, integrate that more into the matches than anyone else. They integrate it more and better.
And better?
And better.
Compared to who, though?
Every other tag team on the roster.
And what is this tag team roster looking like? Like a bunch of crap.
They don't pick their opponents. They don't pick their opponents. They just come up with the moveset.
That's like comparing a fucking. That's like comparing a fucking.
You can't fault them for being as good, so much better than the actual roster.
No, I'm not saying that they're not good, but they call them the best tag team. If they are by default, then yes, maybe that's the case. But as a tag team, no, they're not, because the Usos are.
No, the Usos do not do as good a tag team double team maneuvers as the Kid and Cesaro. They do not. And second of all, separately, Jay or Jimmy Uso, to compare them to Tyson Kidd or Cesaro is ridiculous. To compare
the tag team of Cesaro and Uso and Cesaro and Kidd to the Usos is out of my mind. But if I said Jimmy was a better wrestler than Kidd, then yeah, you can punch me in the face.
But why are the Usos better? Just because they come out wearing the same tights?
Because they've been a tag team since they were kids.
Yeah, but they don't do any moves together. They don't do any moves together. They don't do any tag team moves.
They do a bunch of stuff together.
No, it's all basic bullshit. Ooh, I dropped a backbreaker into leg drop, all that kind of bullshit we've seen all the time.
You put those motherfuckers on New Japan. You put them some bitches on the ROH. Yeah,
they would get abused. They were
allowed to actually go into who they are as a tandem.
No.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
Why aren't they? So you're telling me Kid and Cesaro are allowed to, but the Usos aren't allowed to? The guys who are actually getting over, the guys who have had the tights, the guys who have come out.
Because they're not going to be a tag team for long. The guys who are on Total Divas. Those guys are not going to be a tag team for long.
So why are they being held back all of a sudden in your mind? You said
because
they're allowed
to they're focusing on the technical ability of both Kid and Cesaro as singles wrestlers as a tag team.
And they've never been able to focus on the Usos doing that?
No, they haven't.
Why? They've had the belts for years, over and over. They've had the belts for years, over and over. Why wouldn't they be able to show their technical skills? Because they don't have them.
Well, they do have them.
No, they do not.
You admit to being just pretty biased about, because I'm not biased about Usos. I give a fuck about the entire tag team division.
Why would I be biased on the Usos? They're not.
No, biased on Kid and Cesaro. You are. Homer.
They're
Status.
one's from Canada, one's from Switzerland. Why would it be that? What are you talking about?
But you're like, every time we talk about it each week, you're like, "Ooh, these guys are great," and it's like,
because they show out good every week. I'm not biased. I see it every week just like you do.
But you liked them before they were a tag team. I mean, I love Cesaro. I'm a big Cesaro fan. Not so much Kid. You love Kid and you love Cesaro.
Yeah,
so
but
to put them together and now to give them the belt.
Well, yeah, but my excuse is that they have come up together with moves separate from when they did singly, and they have double team maneuvers, which is what a tag team should do. They also work the same part of the body, which is what a tag team should do. They do everything right. They do everything good. The small stuff better than everybody else, and then they do stuff that the Usos, your boys, can't even do.
They're not my boys.
Cannot even do.
I'm just saying they're better.
Watch every match with the Usos and Cesaro. You can see them working through it. They do basic shit. One of the Usos is lazy as fuck. I can't even remember which one it is. There's only one that's really good, anyways. This is bullshit, man. You can't even be doing this, man.
What are you talking about? I can't even doing this.
Okay, the American Mark Henry goes down in a load of heap again.
His random.
But it's not about Henry. Even though this sucks for Henry.
Yes.
Oh, really he was awesome. He coming out with the American flag and everything.
Yeah, but like he did that shit last week.
Yeah.
Like the last SmackDown is just like a return of Mark Henry every fucking time,
right.
And he's just been laid to waste every fucking time. Which is, I don't like it now. I'm like it entertains me because it's just so ridiculous.
But did you notice that Lana roped Rusev into getting his ass whooped?
Oh, but this is all about the return of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
this is all about the return of Dolph Ziggler. Like that's what this whole segment was setting up for, and they could have done it less obvious. It's like, oh yeah, and then she's like looking by him, like
she's like, I have a backup plan, or
and she's looking, she's looking behind him, like, what are you doing, Lana?
Yeah.
Play the suspense up to the idea that you're about to fucking have your ass whooped by a 400-pound Bulgarian brute.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what I was thinking. And then Ziggler comes out. And then Rusev grabs Summer Rae and puts her in front of him, and then Lana hits Summer Rae. So I think they're turning on Ziggler, man. I think
you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of Kid. You know when Kid was putting Natty in front of
all the way.
Yeah. It's almost like they just took that. And I was like, did they just really do that?
Well, that's like it's been done.
Yeah, it's
like cowards for centuries.
Yeah.
Like
it's a formula.
Yeah, and but I just think Lana's gonna go back to Rusev at the end of all this. I think it's just gonna be a big swerve where because Rusev has never touched Lana, and Lana's like Rusev pretty much they could play it up where Rusev held Summer Rae to be kicked.
Well, that last segment they had the week ago when Lana Ray put Lana in the Accolade.
Oh yeah.
That was that moment when she was like on her knees and she stood up and it looked like she was about to embrace Rusev. Like that split moment looked like she was going to embrace him, but before you could even like that split second of like chance, that's when Lana Ray like jacked her jaw.
Summer Rae.
I call her Lana Ray.
Okay.
Because she's like Summer. She's Summer. She's Lana. Or like was it Lana? Yeah, Summer Ray. Yeah. She's Lana Ray.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't. You know what? It's not like this feud has done anything for me for the simple fact that Dolph's been gone. I think Dolph just isn't as entertaining as he used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, in ring, great. When he opens his mouth, I'm like, shut up, please. And it was a lackluster return. I could care less about this. If anything, I would just want to see Rusev just win.
Well, I don't think a lot of people knew that Ziggler was even. I mean, they knew he wasn't on TV, but I don't know if they knew about like the contracts and everything. Like he might not come back. So I think most people just.
He was shooting a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh cool. Big Show's got a movie with Dean Cain. That's awesome.
I know, right?
Superman, Ripley's Believe It or Not, Big Що. It's fun, cool.
Hopefully, it's better than Big Show's last movie.
Oh, what was it called? Knucklehead.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Bad. He plays like a big. Like,
it's not as bad as the one with Triple H as the
chaperone.
The dad. Oh, that's so good. It's so good though. I'm sorry, Triple H. It's so good. I love you. It's amazing. You're amazing in it.
Speaking of Big Show,
Yeah.
And basically, I'm going to challenge you to SummerSlam. And then I guess they'll follow that up on this week's SmackDown to make it official because he issued out the challenge.
Yeah. I think that's going to happen. I think they've already showed the graphic.
Yeah. Speaking of Big Show.
Yeah, he comes out on commentary with Ryback versus... Wait. No, The Miz comes out.
Yeah, it's Miz versus Ryback.
Yeah. I don't really remember much of this match other than the shell shock.
Same.
Much of this match other than the shell shock. Yeah, I mean, it's a three-way again. This match was last pay-per-view, and like we talked about last pay-per-view, where it's like Miz and Show, both heels, are really canceling each other out. Like Miz is really taking all Big Show's heat, even though Big Show's got the movie and all these things working for him.
The day after Battleground, he squashes him in like a minute.
Yeah,
Big Show, and then you take this where Ryback squashes the Miz in a minute. Miz wins the Intercontinental belt at SummerSlam.
You think so?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they're pushing him real hard too with Tough Enough, and he's the
he was
star
just now
of
a
that,
judge.
basically.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Well, I mean, he's held the Intercontinental title like 4 or 5 times now. So.
Like 6.
Yeah, so I mean that's his.
He has the what do you call it? He has the Grand Slam. I think he's one of
world title,
3
US title.
wrestlers of all time that had the Grand Slam. The only thing he hasn't won is the Divas belt.
That would actually be a funny gimmick now. Like,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, like him versus Tamina feud.
No, it'd be like him versus
like Sasha
Ric
Banks.
Flair. Like Ric Flair.
Charlotte.
Flair.
Yeah, just get like tied up in knots. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
He won. He's like, I'm the real diva here.
Yeah.
I'm going for not only the Grand Slam, I'm going for the Ultra Grand Slam. Like, hell, if China could hold the Intercontinental belt, why can't The Miz hold...
The Divas, yeah. Andy Kaufman held the women's...
He did, didn't he?
That's how he started out. That's why Jerry Lawler got pissed at him for beating up women.
Yeah. But, so, that's my prediction later, but, yeah, this is... I don't know. Who cares? I just feel that The Miz being such an effective heel and Ryback just being so what's the word I want to use? Unreliable with his injuries, and Big Show just not being able to hold on to his heat. They're becoming irrelevant, and the story is becoming more about The Miz. And he's still the most effective heel. Till this day, he's still the most effective heel.
Yeah, everyone hates him.
Yeah.
He's fantastic at it.
He's the best.
He's so good.
Even when he talked to the ring, it was just like, man, you're great.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the Kanye West of like the WWE and shit.
Even the way he dresses, that comment that Big Show made, what did he say? He looks like a gender confused
Jedi.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, which, I hope they don't get no heat from.
Whatever.
I know. But
I think that's why he went with confused. I think that's why he didn't say any other name.
But yeah, he calls
it. It was a safe way to go.
Ryback wins with shell shock and calls out the Big Show, and Big Show just kind of walks. We get the longest segment in WWE history.
Oh, the contract signing?
My God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My God.
I went to the bathroom. Sorry.
What'd you think about that kid? Number 1 Cena fan sign. Bold claim, kid. Bold claim.
Man. First, you get Triple H's stuff. They got to talk because, hey, this is like their 3rd time on the show, right? So then you got the longest Rollins promo of all time.
Yeah.
And he's wearing that Never Shuts Up shirt, right? And I'm like, do you really
think... It's irony.
Yeah, it's irony.
It's irony.
Because
it has to be.
There was a point where it looked like he was going to stop. And then he restarts and he just goes on a tangent about basically, it was like a babyface... promo on how much John Cena is basically is Paige and Nikki Bella. The way her promo's been on Nikki Bella before the 3 Divas came up from, it's like you have a stranglehold on the WWE. This place will never flourish because you girls are on top and you never let go of the top. You use your network and blah 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 blah. That's exactly what Rollins was doing. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? People are cheering this on.
Yeah.
Like, way to go.
I mean, I think that's what... I mean, every time they go to these big shows like WrestleMania and stuff, they try to hit on as many things they can say as just to get a reaction as possible. And I think like that they're trying to get Rollins as big as possible. So if he says these anti-Cena things like true as possible, as true as he can, I think that means a lot of all the non-Cena fans, a lot of the Attitude Era fans will jump behind him, and that's when Cena can get all the kids and old women and things like that people that cheer for him.
So you mean to tell me
the people that are going to boo John Cena are already going to boo John Cena, but those are the people that are most likely going to skip out on some pay-per-views, going to maybe watch something else. But if you can get them really behind Rollins, then they'll all come in.
Well, Cena called it out in the promo.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're all hands on deck.
Because he's like,
get the whole
you're sitting out here,
universe.
You've been talking forever, and not a single person acknowledged your existence.
Oh, yeah.
They only talked about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
No, Cena
did
a good promo. Cena was good.
Cena's awesome with promos. He really is. He's probably the best. He's the only person that can turn a crowd like with just like that.
Yeah.
Like he. Sometimes I'm looking at Cena promos. I'm like, how the fuck did he get out of that?
Yeah.
Like this son of a bitch is like Houdini with like escape artist like promo ability, where the place would just pitchforks and fucking tar and feathers and burning crosses, and then hear how those son of bitches carrying him out as a hero, on his way up the ramp. But dude, I swear to God, it took Cena's music to hit to finally shut Rollins up.
Yeah.
I was like, he was going to keep going. See, this guy is not going to stop. And Cena's new gear.
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. It says 15 time, and he says, we put it out weeks ago, but that might be a little spoiler. They wouldn't have put the shirts out if it didn't.
Well, eat, sleep, conquer, streak, repeat. Yeah, like we've seen this before.
Yeah, but this one says that he's not going to win. It says 15 time.
Oh.
It says 15-time champion.
So you're saying they made a bunch of shirts, and if they're
and then they were like, "Fuck, we were supposed to tease the fact that he might be in the." They're selling, so pretty much they're selling shirts to John Cena fans, saying he's losing at the event.
Well, he put the motherfucker on.
Well, I mean, he
could have been like, "Hey,
he's a puppet man."
Well, I mean,
pulled the strings.
Well, he's no Mark Henry now. I mean, I imagine he could look at Vince. He has Vince on fucking.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like that
speed dial.
But he cares. But he cares about the company. He's not.
No, but it's like his script. It's like, hey guys, you're telling these people I'm not going to win at SummerSlam. You might want to go over this.
And then he kind of has to cover it. Yeah, like we've already said, he's good at covering things up, good at getting out of things. And he says, "Oh, they put this out weeks ago. Don't worry, guys, still buy it."
Well,
maybe they'll probably just have him win and make other shirts and say 16 times.
Right, and then make more money.
No,
have him lose just to put on to make it 17, yeah.
And,
but this is a big one because 16 is Flair's number.
Yeah, it's Flair's number.
I mean, shit.
But, Randy Orton is only like 3 behind.
But Randy is kind of, he's...
not up there.
I think...
I'd give him 5 more years in the company.
Yeah, but I think he's going to... I don't know if there's going to... He's going to have to win 4, where I think you can give John Cena 5 more years, he might win 4 world titles.
Knowing the WWE, they'll pull some, like, Lucha Underground type shit, where it's like, all of a sudden, who's going to have the most championships, and we're going to get a whole fucking hot potato feud between Orton and Cena again, but not facing each other, but facing whoever has the belt. Like, yes, Cena, I'm on your tail for your fucking championship reign. And
that could be the only way you'd really make it interesting.
And that Ric Flair and Randy Orton have a actual past as a faction.
Yeah.
Ric Flair could get involved. Like, fuck you, Cena. I don't want you to beat my record. I'd much rather have this guy break my record.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that's down the road kind of shit.
That would be awesome, though.
Yeah, it'd be great. Some real drama.
30 years in the making.
30 years in the making. Is there anything else? Well, there were hurricane colors. They signed contracts. And no brawl.
Yeah.
No flipping of the table.
Nope.
Nothing. This was like the third time in history.
He just called him a bitch and stepped off.
Yeah.
It was like, ooh.
See you in Brooklyn, man.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. SummerSlam is going to be sick.
What is it?
Truth, Barrett, fuck it. Barrett wins, but we got the Rollins calling out Brock. You wanted to talk about that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that was fucking amazing. Brock destroying that car with all the axes.
He went all Blanca on the motherfucker.
Yeah, he ripped the door off, tossed it like 30 feet. You can't even see.
And it hit a fan.
Yeah, it hit a fan.
Like, it looked like two dudes ended up with it, but it hit a person right there in between, just bam, and they got the paramedics out for him. And I was like, oh my God, like, when he threw it, I was like...
That was the most entertaining thing, or other than the main event. But I would say, like, anyone flipping the channel sees some crazy dude destroying a car. Yeah, they're going to just watch that. And that's a way better way of getting just the casual person to watch, I would say, than getting these celebrities they get all the time. So I think, flipping through the channels and seeing a guy like Brock Lesnar just take an axe to a Cadillac.
Yeah.
That's redneck central. Everyone is not... No one's changed the channel on that.
I know, right? So, New Day, Los Matadores, primetime plays. My notes say, whatever. Kalisto gets the pin on Fernando.
El Torito and Xavier Woods were hilarious.
It was...
As always.
You had something really good. They just threw it all away. And I thought I was the only one that felt that they dropped the ball with this. Bleacher Report. I think after we did our podcast, I was just on, like, looking for photos and stuff. And Bleacher Report, actually, that was like their headline.
What?
Lazy booking for the tag team for the fact that it's a four-way.
Oh,
why can't you just have the New Day?
Yeah.
Why can't just have a definite number one contender for the belt and just make it, one tag team versus another tag team?
Yeah. But I don't think they've figured out who it is yet.
Well, they fucked up by letting Los Matadores beat the primetime players.
Right. Yeah.
Even though it was a distraction backbreaker.
Yeah.
Backstabber.
From the New Day.
Oh, no.
No, but the New Day distracted them.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, on paper, it's Los Matadores. But the second most effective heels and the most entertaining dudes in the company right now are the New Day. And they're getting creepier and creepier
They're
and creepier.
so amazing. I feel bad for ever doubting them because they're just so, because I did. At first, I was like, what is this? Now I'm like, oh my God. It's amazing.
We all hated it. We all fucking hated it.
So yeah.
We all admit that we all hated it. And we sat back and was just like, just pull the triggers. Stop fucking around, pull the trigger. And when they finally pulled the trigger, that's when it really got entertaining. Yeah. And to the point to where this guy over here that's so in love with Kid and Cesaro, he started cheering for the New Day. I heard him. I could tell you, like, New Day, rock. New Day.
Nah,
he was at when they were at the Coliseum. He was like, New Day, rock.
But they were wrestling. It was Harper and Rollins. Right. And there's
excuses.
I know. We still got to get you your I'm a Triple H guy shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna rush the shirt. That's on you guys.
So basically, I'm not looking forward to this. But how do you feel about the Cosmic King?
I love Stardust, man. It'd be cool that he's got like a muscle now, the Cosmic King. I want to see how weird they get with this angle, man. They got like celebrities, Neville, Stardust, Barrett, Stardust, and Neville are really good wrestlers. So I think anything is ultimately going to end up good. And
but Amel is injured,
No, but they said that he's still going to go through with it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. But he was going to be weak link anyway, so he can be injured.
I don't think he was going to be... Dude,
he kind of came out strong. I was kind of impressed.
Strong as fuck.
I was really impressed.
He's got like a parkour background, but I think as far as the movements, in the ring, I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's not a wrestler, so that makes sense.
And I found out today that the reason why they wanted to keep doing this is because apparently, like, Cody Rhodes had to like look through his dad's phone to like call all his dad's friends, and that was like his background was like the picture of like
Arrow
and Stardust like yelling at each other, and he was like a real big fan of doing this gimmick. So this is like the last Dusty gimmick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I found that out. So that's kind of cool.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fucking cool. And it's SummerSlam. They got like a celebrity involved. Neville and Stardust are going to wrestle. King Barrett's good.
Well, Barrett, when he put on that thing, they did the whole like magic trick, which was pretty funny. and just looking at them, I was like, that does look kind of cool. Their dynamic actually pretty much it kind of works.
It's weird.
But it works. Yeah. And when he put that fucker on, I was like, "What is this? Like a third member of the Ascension or some shit?" I was like, "What the hell?"
I hope it works out for Barrett because I really like Barrett, and they've just been so mean to him. Yeah. And it's just I hope something. And
this is a high profile match, and that's the only thing I'm thinking of. Like, good for Barrett to be in this high profile match, even if just very like the Japan show. When he was on the main event, I was like, good for him. Yeah. You know, like, he's reliable. Yeah. He's a good worker. Yeah. He cut a hell of a fucking promo.
They saw a lot in him before, but he got injured a little bit, and he kind of got lost in the shuffle, winning the Intercontinental title a few times and stuff.
I remember the last injury.
Yeah.
He got thrown over the top rope. It was like a battle royal. It was like some sort of a number one contendership battle royal thing. And it was during Raw, and he gets tossed, and he just lands wrong. And he goes, fuck! And it picks up in Michael Cole's microphone or one of the commentators. You just hear him just yell, fuck! I was like, damn, he's out. You don't just yell that and everything cool. But again, we'll see what happens. Nikki Bella.
Yeah, main event right here. Divas champion versus the NXT Women's Champion.
Not for long.
NXT Women's Champion.
She's not for long.
I know, I agree.
Well, she won. I mean,
they didn't even send her out with the belt. They didn't even send her.
They never do. They never let her have the belt.
She has.
Well, she doesn't need the NXT title anymore because she just beat the Divas champion. Made Nikki tap out.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. She's been carrying that belt.
She just made Nikki Bella tap out. Did you not realize this was Sasha Banks' hometown? I think maybe.
I thought she was from California.
She was on the main event of Raw, and then boom! Look at that, making one of the biggest stars in the company tap out.
Hey, look here, Jake. She's not on NXT anymore. Okay.
She is on NXT every week.
She's not on NXT anymore. She ain't your boo. She ain't your bae.
Right, she's my boo.
She's not your homegirl. She's nothing to you now. So let her go and calm the fuck down over
I mean, I watch Raw too, man. I mean, that's why you
dude, let's just say it was the return of Tyson Kidd, right? He wouldn't pop as much as he did pop right then for Sasha Banks tapping out Nikki Bella.
Because there's also other juices involved with this affinity.
And did you see when Nikki jumped at her and she fucking did the little stomp, but she set it up perfectly. It was it's perfectly timed. She's better than Becky Lynch, I would say. She's one of the best female wrestlers in the world.
It started to backfire though. And this is what I've been talking about with this whole Divas Revolution. Until you line these chicks up and someone has an eye on the belt, and her tapping out Nikki Bella is not going to extend her to focus on the belt. You know why? Because there's this thing called SummerSlam. Yeah. And she's involved in a 3-girl tag team. And the message is gone now. People are going to forget unless they talk about it during SummerSlam. Well, she made her tap. So, okay, after SummerSlam is Night of Champions. Who steps up to go for that belt? And if Sasha Banks is in, she's the number one contender, she's losing. She's losing Night of Champions.
I don't think they would have just Sasha. I think they would make it a 3-way because those would be too traditional, heelish.
Someone's got to fucking get involved and take the entire attention away from Sasha Banks off of Nikki Bella. They'll probably feud Alicia Fox.
That's
why?
way down the road.
What?
Because that belt is not leaving Nikki Bella.
No,
this is all a ruse.
There's gonna be the year mark, or whenever
when her month is, it's a month left.
I'm telling you, they're gonna extend it.
I think it's because
because Sasha's gonna lose the women's NXT championship, so of course she's gonna be the number one contender.
She's dropping the belt.
She could just have both, man. It's
no.
What's up?
That's never going to happen again.
And I almost think that they refuse to even let her come out as the NXT champion because
they didn't make mention of it at all.
They would even because they would have to explain who the hell Bayley is.
Yeah. But people know there's signs in the crowd for Bayley tonight.
yeah.
I know, we get it, but
And she was hurt. She hurt her hand when they brought
she's
the
nowhere to that main roster anytime soon. I'm just letting you know. She's gonna hold.
Yeah, she's going to be the NXT
Well, she
Women's
needs. Yeah,
Champion
there needs
for
to be
a while.
that. There needs to be that Rock in the NXT Women's Division. I think she's perfect for it. Yeah.
I'm happy it's her. I'm happy she hasn't been brought up yet. She's not ready to be brought up. I don't even think Becky Lynch is ready to be brought up.
But
And I love Becky Lynch.
I think just
Becky
too
Lynch
much
is-
too soon.
I think.
Yeah,
I think
they shouldn't
it's-
have brought all of them at once, obviously.
But too much wrestling, not enough storyline,
Yeah.
and no individuality.
and a weird, like, forcing of the girls into the
Yeah.
groups. It's weird. Like, I don't.
and long matches. I mean,
Yeah.
to go from 2 minutes to 12 minutes is a
It's
bit
like
of-
they're trying to do better, but they're still failing at it.
right around the 8-minute mark.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happens? No? We want Lesnar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they get buried.
Are you
right?
serious?
Oh yeah. Like right in the middle of their match. I'm surprised y'all didn't hear that.
Well, I mean, they should have brought. I mean, they were promising Lesnar all night. And it's
Yeah,
been
and
the
like-
third hour. I think that would have happened to anybody, not just whoever it would have been.
Maybe, just maybe, but it was a second Divas segment, and it was a long match. And it's like, all right, we're already hitting around like 10:45, 10:50. You know, people want their Lesnar segment for at least 10, more than whatever. Say if they hit that 11 o'clock, window, but I don't know what's been happening with the WWE and them extending it to like 11:15. Mm-hmm. But you don't get that impression at first that they're going to, extend an extra 15 minutes. But I just go, okay, someone get a pin. All right, we get it. Someone pin somebody right now.
Well, you guys don't get like caught up in it, like, oh fuck, shit, look at that. I don't know.
I just.
I mean, I'm about it.
I'm about
What
it,
do you
but I'm
mean?
just saying I'm being clairvoyant here, and I'm thinking
Especially
Well,
Sasha's.
they're putting themselves in a predicament that they don't need to be in, and I go a lack of individuality, longer matches, nobody's eyes on the belt, no real drama. Really, there's no drama.
Yeah.
So if you're just going to be like, oh yeah, we can wrestle without anything else to hold it together with some sort of substance, yeah, it's going to be a backlash. And I felt like that segment was the beginning. I'm not saying
This crowd was so hot for Lesnar, though. I think they definitely would have just chanted that they just wanted Brock Lesnar to come out. Like, and then we had the 4-way. We've already talked about how this is kind of a watered down main event. Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus the world champion Seth Rollins. I think it's such a throwaway show. They're not going to get the belt off of Seth Rollins. He's got the authority behind his back. I think they're just going to use this to get more heat on Rollins. And I think Rollins takes it. Rollins retains the title.
hey, WWE, you there? What's going on? Chill it with the 4-ways and 3-ways and shit. Like, stop. Get some one-on-one matches. I mean, even the fucking WrestleMania ended up in a triple threat. Like, cut it out. We've seen enough of this. Stop. I know we got Elimination Chamber, and that's going to be like a fuck all of a different motherfuckers. But, like, stop it. Stop it. Let these guys stand on their own fucking two. Man up. Face each other in fucking matches that we care about and we'll be talking about years from now. These 3-ways ain't helping, man. These 4-ways ain't helping. And then on top of that, you got another fucking pay-per-view or whatever, and then another one within another fucking 3 weeks. You better not have no more fucking 3-ways and 4-ways in this shit, man. Please, stop. Stop it. Okay.
This was the biggest pop for Lesnar I think I can remember.
Yeah.
Maybe Mania,
Yeah.
but like.
But you can't even really hear how much of a pop that was because it was outside.
Yeah. But yeah, Paul Heyman came out at first, and then Brock came out, and it was hilarious. I don't know. I thought when Heyman said, what did he say? You can get God and the devil to team up, and Brock Lesnar will still beat him. I thought that was a good dynamic.
I thought he was going to get
Oh,
heat from the
just to close that shit out, Nikki taps to the bank statement after Naomi gets on the apron for a distraction as Nikki is going for the rack attack.
Yeah.
And what is it? Banks reverses
Reverse.
it into the bank statement. I didn't want to leave that open.
Oh,
I'm sorry about that.
no, it's cool. Well, yeah, Brock Lesnar.
Confetti.
Yeah.
Was that a bit much?
No, not in this crowd.
I thought the confetti was a bit much.
They could have literally helicoptered the roof off, and people would have still been cheering for Brock Lesnar.
So you saying that they could have tore the roof off the motherfucker?
In Minnesota.
Oh yeah. Well, don't jinx the place.
No, I'm saying this is.
Do you remember that happening?
What? Oh yeah. Brock
shit.
Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar was in that room, man.
Like it's the weirdest picture. You just see like the stadium, and then you just see like a big bubble kind of extend down, and then all the snow just comes.
I didn't mean that Minnesota. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, he totally meant it. But I thought the confetti was too much, and then glory, hallelujah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
No,
Haven's funny.
It was too much.
People loved it.
It was like jumping the shark.
And he's just like
loved
jumping
that
back and
shit.
forth, dude.
They
Oh,
love
dude.
it.
I was like,
Everyone
get up, dude. I'm cheering
Paul
for
Heyman's
Lesnar.
shit up.
I think he even told him to shut up. He's like, stop it. I think.
What, Brock?
Yeah,
did?
he heard him like, stop it, man.
I mean, this was like the original Suplex City, man. It's like
Yeah.
he was born, man.
Yeah.
Come on, he wrestled there.
How long was that cheer before? And it took Paul Heyman just to basically scream to get for people to shut up, like just go straight into the promo, because they would have just ended the night with just the crowd cheering. And
in my opinion, they should have. I think Undertaker coming out and any kind of physicality other than that brawl kind of watered it down. I think they should have left it at the brawl. They should have had the Taker promo, the Lesnar promo, with everyone cheering, and then them leaving. And then Taker came out and kind of healed it up.
It was great.
A nut shot right off the bat.
Again.
Yeah.
But I think it could have been anybody. It could have been like Jesus Christ kicking Brock Lesnar in the nuts, and he would have got booed. It could have been Charles. It could have been who's the most beloved person ever? Like someone Dave Chappelle.
Mr.
Yeah.
If Dave Chappelle would have came out and kicked Brock Lesnar in the nuts, they would have booed his ass. And I can't think of anyone who's as beloved as Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate Dave Chappelle.
Really?
Well, because he's not making shows for them anymore.
People don't like Dave Chappelle.
I've never heard.
A lot of people think that he went crazy, but really he was just over like all the racist shit.
No. He just made a trip to Africa. Just made a trip to Africa. That's why he has some homies in Africa.
No, he also said though, like one day he made this joke and he just saw all these white people like laughing at it. And
laughing at it wrong.
Fucked him up. Yeah.
But the point I'm making is, who's the most beloved person on the planet?
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. If he kicked
Elmo? Yeah.
He would have kicked
Elmo came out? That would be crazy.
Big Bird, and Big Bird would have came out and kicked him in the nuts.
That would have been ratings right there. If Brock Lesnar beat up Sesame Street, that would have
been... It could have been Goku, man. Go out there and kick him in the nuts. And
no one
they
would
have
do Goku.
I know.
I feel like Lesnar is like Super Saiyan already, man. He's got the blonde
Brawly.
hair.
He's Brawly.
He is.
Well, speaking of that, I'm watching Dragon Ball Super.
Is it good?
I'm to episode 2. They're just now getting the storyline up to Beerus.
Okay.
His name is Beer. He has beer in his name.
Nice.
I don't know. I saw the. Did you see that meme that shows the new enemies from Dragon Ball? They copied the Backyardigans. I'll show you it later. They straight jacked it, so I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway, back to
low blow.
Brock.
A better choke slam than last time.
Yeah, and then a tombstone.
This is my bold prediction, bro. This is like I said earlier in the podcast. I have a bold prediction.
You want to lay it out now?
That is the last time we'll ever see the Undertaker in a Raw ring ever again.
Huh.
That was him riding off into the sunset. SummerSlam, we get there. But I'm saying,
gotcha.
For him to go out like that, taking out the biggest, baddest dude in the business, is the best way to ever go out, especially like on like live television. They're having this SummerSlam match because he can't make it to WrestleMania. His body can't. He can't make it to. It actually makes me quite sad.
Well, Mania is going to be in Texas. You know, it's Taker's hometown.
I don't think he's going to be there.
Or home state.
I think he's not going to be there. I think he retires after SummerSlam.
You don't think they can extend it 6 months?
I don't
Have
know,
him do it in
man.
his home state?
Dude,
If
this
he's
is
just chilling, rehabilitating till then.
it's only my bold prediction. It's only my bold prediction.
Yeah.
But
Well, we'll
like,
get to the prediction show.
but for how this ended, I just go, that's the last time we'll ever see Undertaker on live Raw.
Interesting.
Ever.
I mean, to even see him outside of WrestleMania on a pay-per-view is big fucking deal.
True.
Like, they even said, like Heyman said, like, Heyman's done the best job of promoting this thing. He
The
said
match too big for SummerSlam.
for WrestleMania. Yeah. And that's...
And they've been running with that too.
Yeah.
Like Michael Cole and JBL and Baron Saxton, like they repeat that on a regular basis. But yeah, it's an awesome way to go out. I don't think he can make it. I don't think he can make it to WrestleMania. And what is WrestleMania to him now? Now that the streak's gone.
True.
Payday. It's in his contract where he gets a percentage of WrestleMania.
Forever.
Well, I guess forever it's in the contract.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Well, that guy will always
He
be.
deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
That's like the only one. He's the only wrestler that has that contract.
Makes sense.
I mean, who else would you even possibly give it to? I mean, I see Randy Orton getting it down the road, and I see John Cena getting it down the road.
I don't know if even them, maybe John Cena, but I don't even think Randy Orton
Maybe
has done
Brock.
enough to get people to watch WrestleMania than Taker. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of like the base. That's like if you're making
Yeah.
a cake, you have like your Undertaker match. That's like the first layer.
Yeah. Is there anything?
Yeah.
So that concludes, like, to me, one of the most overwhelming. I'm surprised we got through it
That was
in an hour.
I was looking at that.
It was so overwhelming. I think they squeezed too much in. I think they could have done without some segments. They could have done without Tamina versus Becky.
Yeah.
They could have done without Triple H,
could've-
Stephanie, and everything.
Most definitely. If you're gonna start out hot with a match with those 4 stars, you could just start out with that match. You don't need Triple H and Stephanie coming out. But I think that's just a product of no one being able to tell them no. That the bosses. It's not like people are going to push that hard to get them off the TV. You know, you're trying to kiss the boss's ass.
And Orton and Cesaro versus Sheamus and Owens should have went in the place of that Divas match in the end. They wouldn't have turned on that match. They wouldn't have turned on Cesaro.
True.
Maybe I don't know.
They wouldn't have turned.
Sheamus was out there.
They wouldn't have turned on Owens, and they wouldn't have turned on Cesaro because Cesaro is just a total entertainer. So such an entertainer. But
Maybe.
that concludes the episode 52,
Part 1.
part 1 of the Peter and Jake and Alexa Talks Wrasslin podcast. We we're our own little faction over here. We do PJA. What would sound better? JPA.
Yeah, the JPA.
We're the JPA.
Protection.
Yeah, we're JPA. Okay.
Bang up.
Yeah.
Gung.
What the hell was that?
That was the shield.
APA. Oh yeah, that was the shield, but I was thinking APA. I was thinking APA, but that was the shield.
I was like gunk. What the hell?
Whatever.
All right. So, how do we find you, Alexa?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at SailorLexi, SailorLexi. And also on Instagram under the same moniker.
Okay.
On Twitter at JG Pro Wrestling and on SoundCloud / JG Pro Wrestling.
Where you do the
NXT review every week, Faster Than the World, and some interviews from time to time.
and you can find my ass PJTW Central on Twitter, and then you can go to pjtwcentral.com and get all the ways to listen to this podcast, whether it is SoundCloud, whether it's a Tumblr account, whether it's Stitcher, and now iTunes. This is our first ever iTunes.
Ding.
And Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
I'm gonna upload stuff to Bandcamp now.
Cool.
And yeah, like check out Peter Talks SmackDown, the New Day podcast, Peter's Raw recap, which was an utter failure. I couldn't do it.
Too much?
Yeah, well, my computer kept fucking up.
Oh, damn.
It fucked up twice. It fucked up 3 times.
You weren't supposed to do it.
I wasn't supposed to do it. I was supposed to save my juices for
The
this.
big show.
Yeah, the big.
Not the
show,
big show,
but
this-
the show.
Not like Colossal.
Yeah, this is definitely a monument.
Oh, yeah.
Monumental moment to me. I made a lot of new friends. You know, Alexa, Jake, you know, people like Nathan Newman, all the people on Twitter that I've been back and forth with over the past couple of months. It's pretty amazing. It really is. I've opened so much more wrestling. So much wrestling has been opened up to me. You know, I was just a WWE guy. I got to find out through you what ROH was, and you know, New Japan. The first time I saw a Neville match was versus Prince Devitt. You showed that to me.
Wow.
Yeah. And now Finn Balor and Neville.
It's amazing how far I've gotten in terms of my wrestling fanship and my so-called knowledge or whatever. This is fun shit, man. This is fun. And we're not pros over here, by the way, guys, if you're listening up to now. We're not pros over here. We're just wrestling fans. We like talking about wrestling. And if there's microphones or shitty phones in front of us that we can just talk into and upload, it's a labor of love, man. It's not like this shit goes up in seconds. It takes hours. So we just want to share our conversations with you. So feel free to share, feel free to like, feel free to follow us, comment, leave comments.
Subscribe.
Yeah, do all of that stuff, man, because, you know, I hope a year from now, 52, that will be 104 episode, 104. I hope that not only has our fan base doubled, but we've also made new friends.
Hell yeah. I made the Twitter to talk wrestling too. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I made this Twitter for the podcast. I've never been on Twitter before, so yeah, that's cool. I met tons of people.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
And you got any words?
Yeah, I'm like, especially for you, Peter. You do all of this work on your own, really. Yeah. I mean, when we leave, you kind of just toil away. So, mad respect to you. And it's been super, super fun. I love coming by. Hopefully, I'll get off my ass and start doing something and be half as good as you with your... Well, you got a lot going on, dude. You do so much.
Well, because I like doing this so much.
I know you do. And it shows.
I went from just like, I got to do this shit, into like, oh man, when is Wednesday?
It's podcast day.
Yeah, it's podcast day. Yeah. And so it's pretty cool. But we can hold hands and sing Kumbaya for the rest of this motherfucking 1 year anniversary.
We got a prediction show to do.
We got shit to do, y'all.
Yes, and it's funny. Post production, I'm sliding in bits and pieces of episodes prior to this one. So I hope you enjoyed that as well. Jake will hear it and Alexa will hear it post. After they go home,
post-production.
Post-production. But it's going to be funny stuff, just funny moments where we're like, interacting and laughing and certain things, especially like the one with I played you one with your man love for Kid and Cesaro. So I hope you got a laugh out of that. And,
yeah, it was funny.
Can you lead us out on behalf of... You do it.
What?
You get the last word.
What do I say?
On behalf...
Oh, well, on behalf of all of us at PJ... Wait, what is it?
PJTW?
Okay, PJTW Whoa. Central. It's been a while. I haven't been here in a while.
JPA? See,
the JPA. JPA signing out. Should we have a motto?
You're fired. He's no longer able to do the intros, and you're no longer able to do...
Wait, how come he can't do the intro?
Because he screwed it up.
But I've never done an outro.
Okay, you do the outro.
You do the outro.
Go.
Okay. On behalf of the JPA connection, we're fucking out.
Peace.
You have been listening to Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling Podcast. Please tune in next week.